everyone likes looking good, and everyone has their own image of what suits them and what doesn't. So I'm no different, I think, from the next person. And yeah, I mean, it's nice when you manage to look good and if people compliment you on the way, I guess, you're looking or just your attitude in life. And I think color is really important. More than having color on my clothes, it's like those kind of things, like whether it's a hat or my shoes, or sometimes just the socks that introduce that element of color. So it's kind of nice to do it that way. Here's a wonderful peek behind the scenes of how we managed to achieve this wonderful film. So enjoy. I think fashion is no longer just a personal statement as far as clothes go. I think a lot of things in your life define how fashionable you are. I don't know, be it your car, be it your house, or in this case, I guess the color on your walls. If you have the freedom to be able to express yourself in the kind of way that probably Dulux allows you to, which is what you have in your mind, what you have in your heart, you can then kind of put onto the walls.
Dulux Velvet Touch is bringing alive the concept of fashion for walls. Fashion for walls is coming with a very simple statement which says that what's on your mind is on your walls. And the reason we are trying to do this is to make the brand look very contemporary. So this is going to be through a range of colors, which is going to be through various different combinations of solid colors with various designs that we have, which we are calling it under the umbrella name of VT, Velvet Touch, which is basically going to lend itself to the ambience of the house.
The Velvet Touch always delivers what India has always loved, the unique pearl glow finish, but also brings a lot of global trends and best touch feels and expressions for Indians. So for example, some of us love fabrics. We want to bring the best which is available in the world. For example, Irish linen is quite famous, and this is what Velvet allowed to bring Irish linen to India. Some of us love silk, and Persia is famous for silk and the silk carpet. So Velvet Touch allows you to bring Persian silk on your walls. All of us know that when we aspire to do up a house, we look for the best marble, which is Italian marble, and Velvet Touch allows you to bring Italian marble to your walls. For a consumer, it's a good mix of colors, prints and finishes, and it allows him to express what he stands for, and that's the new avatar for Velvet Touch.
My personal take on color is, I think it adds the necessary flavor to your life. I think that's what it is. So in between, what are the extremes, I guess, of white and black, is where in that moment you lie, or where what you're feeling emotionally at that point, I think is reflected in very subconsciously at times in the color that you choose, whether to wear or something that attracts your eye. It has a very kind of almost some kind of subliminal role to play in expressing yourself in terms of what it is you're feeling to the world. And people get those emotions and they get those beats because we react to color in a certain way at times without even understanding it.
The global position of fashion for your walls was given to us. We knew that in India, particularly because there is such a wide splice of society, it could range from style to design to color to just a sense of dressing. And we needed an idea that kind of spanned across, because we are a very heavily spliced society. So we took the most commonly understood iconography of fashion, which is the catwalk of the models on the ramp.
We decided to actually do it the other way around. So we want to do most of it live. So what you're going to see today and tomorrow on the shoot is actually trying to execute everything that we've actually done with the help of VFX live. Yes, the whole fact of these models walking up the walls and how do they walk up the walls, and when you see them on the wall, there are people in the foreground looking, all that is VFX, of course. Probably I would call it as compositing more than VFX. so not necessarily VFX, but this is not a film where we want to go to VFX, we want to actually like take it and make it more organic than, so 70% live and 30% VFX.
Action!
Guys, one step further, please.
And action!
Hello?
Nice, very good. I'm happy.
I don't think color vis-a-vis film can apply universally to everything that you do or to every film that you do. I think every film has its own demand for the kind of treatment that it requires and that it deserves. So for example, a film like Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara will have a very different color palette from a film like Bhag Milkha Bhag Mil. When you're talking about a character who's very son of the soil, who is constantly battling each and every day to try and achieve happiness, the color comes in the form of, say, the Sonam character in the film, which is when he's happy. And whenever it needs to break away from that, which was his everyday life, you'd introduce some element of color to kind of just give you a sense of this is out of the ordinary for this character. So I mean, yeah, each film I think demands its own color palette.